All right, ladies, it's time. You're going to be launching your very first workshop. Super excited for you. But there's a few things that you have to understand, and you've got to get straight if you're going to be running on your show date, the things that you need and the steps that you need to take to make sure this baby runs seamlessly. If you are running it live, you have to know these steps. If you pre-record it, you still got to know these same steps, but there'll be a little bit switch in the video element that we add into ClickFunnels. So there's going to be two things you have to have open that day. One is your ClickFunnels funnel. Two is your Google Hangouts, because you have to launch a Google Hangout or launch Google. So by now, you should have already been promoting 3 to 5 days in advance. You've put a video on Facebook inviting people to join your upcoming workshop. You've shared with them exactly those 5 areas of transformation that you're going to be teaching them. You're going to tell them it's 4 weeks long, or what the details of it is, the date. You're going to get people excited. You're going to keep talking about things all week before your webinar starts. You're going to send an email to your list inviting them, not just, hey, I want to invite you. You want to share with them a bit of a story, right? Connect with people. Like, let's say, like for me, when I do one that's really about maybe how we've become free, I talk a bit about it. It's crazy the amount of years it's been now that we've been traveling around the world. And the fact that we're able to work anywhere on the world in our laptop has given us so much freedom. Please join me this week. I'm going to be sharing with you exactly how I've done it. Like, give some connection piece. Everyone hates these. Here, come here right now. It's so boring. So get some reality to it. Remember, we are unique. We do things differently, and we lead with story. So get people inspired. Talk on video every day about what you're going to be talking about. Post it up to your email list, and then, of course, inside of your groups. So now you've already got people registering. Yay, you got people coming. But now what do I do? The day of, oh my gosh, I have to run this thing. So what you want to do, I recommend doing a test run in advance. So you've already seen how you do it. You know the steps, and do it with a friend. Tell them to jump on your Hangout, jump on your live show. But don't forget, I'm going to share with you guys, I want to make sure all of you remember that you want to create a live show domain. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So now, though, before your show starts, I even say start about an hour early to get yourself ready, even 30 minutes to an hour, but just so you know everything's set up. So here's your live show page, right? This is the page that you go live on. You're going to hit the video element. When you hit the video element, the editor pops up. Right here under configuration, the video type, and the YouTube URL, that is going to be needed to be edited, okay? Now, there's the difference if you're recording or if you're going live. Recording, you choose YouTube, and then you add the URL. If you're live, you choose custom embed, and then you add the embed code that you get from the Google Hangout. Very different than recorded, okay? So now, let me show you. So now let's go back out of here. I want to get back out of here. And remember, everything, you always save and exit on ClickFunnels, okay? So here's your live show. Yay, this is our live show. Now remember, here's your anchored domain. That's your domain that you're going to be calling it, mywebinar.com. Here is the page link. Here's your live show. Here's your live show page link. I recommend you getting a subdomain. Go into GoDaddy, go to the exact domain that's up here that you've covered this one with. You hit on it. It says manage the domain, add a subdomain. You can add up to 5 free subdomains onto your domains. And then you're able to put a sub in the front of that domain. I recommend doing live.mywebinar.com. Now, why do we do this? We do it so that you can give that link away on a whim. It's easier to remember than this gobbly link, right? And I get about 33% more people attending my shows and my webinars when I use this live link, because 15 minutes before my live show, I say, I'm live now. Don't forget, I'm going to be talking about X, Y, and Z. Join me. More people get that instant gratification. They'll click on your link and they'll be able to get directly to your live page. Also, when you're sending an email out, don't make them re-register. Send them. Don't forget, we're live in 15 minutes. You can even schedule that email in GetResponse or whatever you might use. In Infusionsoft, you can schedule this email. So make sure you're using the live dot link because they've already registered. Think about anyone inside always should get the live show link. Facebook groups. Hey guys, we're going live. Live link, right? So just think that way. All of the newbies are registering. Once they get inside your world, they get that live link. Okay, it's really important that you know that. All right, so now, and it just helps for promotion too, so you get more people there. Okay, So now we've got our live page. You're going to need this page open because that's where you're going to be able to share with people, let them see your show. But you've got to get it set up. You've got to find a way to live stream it. So you go to Google. Go to Google Hangouts. This page will pop up. If you don't have the Hangout page, you'll go to your Google account and you're going to look for them, but you don't see them here. Why? Because they're under More. I've freaked out before, couldn't find it. You just have to click More. Google down and you'll hit Hangouts and it'll open up to this page. Hi, Ensemble family. Hi, we're getting ready to have a Hangout. But you have to go up to the top left. Top left, I always think in areas because that's how it helps me remember where things are. Top left, it'll pull the menu down. Slide all the way down to Hangouts on Air. Hangouts on Air you have to have, okay? Here's your Hangouts on Air page. Trust that, computer? Great. And then I'm going to hit Create My Hangout on Air. So you have to give it a name, so it's My Workshop, right? And then you want to tell people what it's about. Give them a little description because people, they could be sliding through your stuff and they might want to see, ooh, this is about, saving, detoxing or something. So then we go to share, okay? So now we've shared it. It's going to pop up onto our page, and now we have to start it. Boom. Now we are getting ready to go live. Oh, here I am. Look at my crazy face. All right, so now we're going live. Awesome. So we're going to skip inviting guests because you're going to invite them through your other forms. So here we are. This is where you're going to actually be promoting. So when you have to get used to when you're doing your show, you're talking to yourself. It's really funny. You guys can see I'm in my hotel room, as you can tell. I needed to get this out for you guys, though. I'm in my recovery mode. But you have to get used to talking to yourself. It's kind of cool. You feel like you have an audience. Practice, okay? So what you're going to do, this is going to be your live broadcast page. You are not going to look at your live show page. That's going to be for your audience. But let's prepare you. So now, you're going to be here, and you need to get that link, right? You're going to go to the bottom right. Top left is for the other, bottom right, go to links. I have a document for you guys to follow as well to help you out. You're going to grab this video embed right here. Double click it, grab that code. This is what's going to drop onto your live page so it actually streams live. So we're going to grab that code. We're going to head back on over here, get on our live page again. Wait for it. And then you're going to hit the video section. Remember, though, it's not a link because we're going live. Boom, we double click, we add the code right there, and then we save it. Okay, I'm not saving this because I don't want to mess up my system, but then we save it. So now, when you go live, everyone will just have to restart their, they'll just have to reload and you're live. All right, so now once you hit live, that page is hot, it's ready to go, but you haven't gone live yet. So at your countdown timer, you will be ready. You'll get yourself prepared. You'll breathe. You'll remember that if you do need to use slides, this is where you do it. You go to screen share. It's the green folder right here. It'll screen share. You choose desktop. That's where you're screen sharing. Or if you have your slides up, then you can select your slides. But I suggest you use desktop and then go and select the slides that you want to use. Desktop is easier because it allows your screen to be visible. But remember, if you go with screen share, you have to turn it off when you want them to see your face. Okay, so let me just show you. I'm going to do it for you so you know. Okay, hover over, hit the green, hit desktop. Okay, it does some crazy like searching things. I don't know why it does that, but it does. And then you're going to hit your keynote. And then once you hit your keynote, boom, you should be able to be seeing my slide now. Okay, so now we're on my slides and it should be seeing my desktop slides. So then what we do is we go back. Once we're done with that, we go back and it says you are screen sharing. It says stop. Okay, there we go. And I come back. So screen share, desktop, hit then what you want to share, and then stop with the green button. You need to go back to this page and you just press stop and your face comes back up. Okay, so now let's go back to our setup. We grabbed our embed code. We're coming back to our live broadcast room because we got to get it set up. We haven't gone live quite yet, right? We set that up. Okay, yeah, actually we did that. Sorry, I forgot. We did that. This is what happens when you're in your recovery mode and you're trying to record something. Okay, so this is how we go. When you're ready to rock and roll, you're like, okay, I'm ready to go. My live page is ready. All I got to do is talk to myself. It's pretty cool. You're your own best friend. Then you hit start broadcast. Start broadcast. It'll go to the top right here. It'll say off air or on air. It'll say live. Once you're live, and you just introduce yourself. And all of you guys have your manual, and in your manual you have the sexy talk. Sexy talk will walk you through setting up step by step by step every area of your webinar that you want to use for your selling point when you're ready to make an offer. So you've got sexy talk and you've got sexy offer that'll allow you to walk you through all the steps on how to actually set up your webinar, each of what you need to say in each section, and then how to close them. All right. So, but if you're just doing like a live show, like I'll do my live show and I just blah, 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 I'm just talking about stuff, educating. You don't have to use a slideshow to sell. But when you are going to be selling something, you want to kind of walk through the phase of getting people into understanding what it is that you're doing. And then you're going to invite them to join you, either to work with you or remind them to join you the next week. So that you'll start the broadcast. When you're done with your webinar, guys, all you do is push end broadcast and it'll stop. The cool thing about Google is that Google actually, they record it for you. So this is going to go right into your YouTube account. But I'm going to go take you back to your live page. Because remember how we've been talking, we went through our walkthrough on how you can have your offers and your buttons and all that kind of sexy stuff on here. Remember, always reference what you're offering. You might be giving an ebook away. You might be giving a recipe away. You might be giving, something away. Remember to remind them. Say, and on the right-hand side, guys, don't forget to download my newest ebook. Or, on the right-hand side, go on over to my webpage. I've got some free stuff to give away. Or when you're saying, you know what, I want to invite you all. I'm going to be starting my 4-week workshop. And I'm keeping it open for 5 private clients that I'm going to be working with. And if you guys are in your manual, you have what's called the offer twist. You either offer to them to buy right now because you have an invoice that's been created and they can pay through your Stripe right away, or you have let's say it's a woofu form or a survey doc that you say, you know what I'd like to do is like to have you contact you to see if this workshop's going to be good for you. Fill out this form on the right-hand side. I will personally contact you. And that's where you can do the close on the phone if you're not comfortable with asking for them to buy right on this page. But this page is hot. It's ready. It's hot for you to sell something or you to offer something. So when you're going through your offer twist, this is what I really recommend, that you go through your sexy talk and you go through your sexy offer so that you're just really comfortable with what you're saying. When you're using slides, that you know what your slides are saying, you know what's coming up next. I have been doing this a long time. So if you are just brand new, you might just want to talk like this, like a normal hangout, show them some resources and things that you want to just teach them or just talk, right? But if you have a slideshow that's set up, then you want to make sure the slideshow is set up in a way that moves people towards wanting to register, wanting to join you. And that's where you use the sexy talk files and then your sexy offer, how you position your offer. All right? So this is super important stuff, ladies, and it will help you get so comfortable with your upcoming webinar and show, especially if you're running it by yourself. If you do need help, you can contact and ask Jenny or myself. We will be having an assistant that you guys can hire to help you launch your webinars when you're running them, because sometimes you don't always want to do that. They'll go inside of your account. They'll go inside of your Google account. They'll grab your links and pop them on for you if you'd like. But so that way you can focus on what you're doing. But I always recommend, I always have my big piece of paper next to me, so I'm taking notes. I always have actually a lot of notes next to me to make sure I hit key elements and remind myself to make my CTA, my call to action, so I know that people are going to be called to action when at the end of the show. Sometimes you forget, you're all excited or you're nervous, and you forget to call them to action, right? Because you're looking at yourself. So ladies, I'm so excited for you to have you launch your very first workshop or your first show. Remember, it's all in process. Things are going to happen. Things are going to go wrong. They're going to go right. You're going to get excited, but just know your audience loves you. Your audience wants to hear from you. So when you're real, if you don't worry, you're not stressed out about covering yourself, People love that. They love to know that you're real and you're authentic. Remember, the world wants more real people to connect with. And you can be the first one that can inspire them and to show them something. And know everything that you say and do is right. They don't know that you forgot a piece. They don't know that you said something incorrectly, right? Everything you say is right. So just know, even if no one shows up, I do shows every single week for the last 8 years. Why? Keeps me in habit, keeps me in rhythm, keeps my mind working, keeps me in action, and that gives me more and more content every time I host a show. Because I know content is king, right? We call it creating online real estate. The more online real estate I have, the more people can find me. They want me to speak for them. They can search me out. They're like, wow, she's got content for days, years, right? So think of that always. Now, if you are using the method build the plane while you're flying it, then, of course, each and every one of these workshops should really be planned out because you're putting this into a membership site or into a product that you're going to be able to offer. So you want to make sure that these are very prepared if you're going to use them for future offerings. All right, ladies, excited for you. Have a good one. Good luck. I know you're going to rock it out and be unstoppable.